Hey guys, Robert here from RobPSound.com. Hope all is well. So today we're going to look at a descending diminished chord movement. All right. It's actually going to be pretty simple, but it can really add a lot of flavor to your plan. So now we're going to let's go to two different keys. All right. So let's start off in the key of E. Let's just say you're in a charismatic church or situation, or you're backing up a preacher. You can actually use this diminished movement in this setting or case. So let's just say we're on that 3, you're going to the 4. A lot of you guys know this. So we're going to get on a diminished chord over that sharp 4, right? So this is something that you can do. Watch this. Okay. All right. So that's one way. Here go another way. Let's just say we're in the key of D, right? Of course, I'm going to break this down. I just want you guys to hear it first. All right. So let's just say you're doing maybe talk music, or this is a part of a song, but it's more contemporary. All right. That's the 3, the 4, 5. All right. Okay. So that right there, that was a 3 to the 4, 5, sharp 5 to the 6. And that's a very popular progression. Okay. So you can do this diminished movement in the churchy setting, or just a nice, calm, mellow, maybe contemporary setting. All right. So what am I doing? Well, I'm doing this movement off of this G diminished 7. All right. Now there are only 3 diminished chords. Okay. So you get this and then take this to the other 2, and you will be able to do this in any situation. Okay. Now there are many ways to break this down. The way I look at it is this. Okay. So we have 4 notes in this diminished chord. What I do is that let's start from this G. Every chord you are going to start with a first inversion, okay? And this is what I mean. Let's separate each note. So let's just start with the G. The way you do it is we're going to play a G major chord in first inversion, all right? So a G major chord in first inversion. So that's a G major root position, G major first inversion, okay? Now, all you're going to do is just find the flat 7. And hopefully this is not too much, but it's really only like 2 steps. So you find of course, knowing that it's a major chord, make it a first inversion, and then find a flat 7. Watch this. So, okay, the flat 7 is F. Okay, so what we're doing is we're going to make each note a 7 chord. All right, but it's kind of like in drop 2 form. All right. Now, since we have that, you're going to do the same thing for each one, but we're just going to choose G for right now. All right. So watch this. Okay. Now, since we have this, all we're going to do is just take our note at the bottom and move it down a half step. This is how we're going to land on our diminished chord. Okay. So the movement is going to be this. Okay. So that's how you're going to get to your diminished chord. So here we go. The bottom note, or your bass, is going to go down to just a half step. And when you land on that half step, that's going to be on a diminished note. So it's going to be a chord tone, okay? Now, in your right hand, you're only going to take the first 2 notes, all right? And you're going to bring those down a half step. And the reason I'm not necessarily calling out the notes is because it's going to work every single time. So it doesn't matter which one you choose. So in this case, I'm taking my bottom note down a half step and my 2 first notes. So in my G major first inversion, I'm just going to take the first 2 and go down a half step, okay? And I'm going to do that every time. I'm going to show you, and it works. Watch it. Okay? And that's how you do it. So if I was in E right here, okay? Now, of course, I just played the 5, right? You know, that sharp 5, sharp 9, sharp 5. Now, let's say I wanted to actually add more. Instead of just playing G, I want to also add the B flat in there, okay? Or let's do this. Let's do the E. Let's do E. You see how I'm just kind of picking? So we need to make this E a E7, right? But I need to find the E major chord, but make it first inversion. So watch this. Okay, so I'll do it down here. All right, now first inversion. Now let's find the flat 7 of E, right? Because that's the natural 7, flatted. Okay. So of course this is in drop 2 form. All right. So I hope you guys are sticking with me. We'll get to the fun stuff, but of course this is just the meat of it. So now I'm going to take this note in my left hand, the drop 2, which is the 7, just go down a half step. Okay. And then I'm going to take the first 2 notes in my chord in my right hand and drop it down a half step. Watch this. So do it together now. Do it together. So watch it. Okay. Now my top note, as you see, I don't have to move because that top note is already going to be a part of that diminished chord. So that's the cool part, you know. So if I wanted to, whether I'm in D or E, honestly, whatever key you're in, you know, you can start wherever. So I'm using it in a descending type of way. So if I'm here, I'm starting from that G and then E. Okay. Now, if you wanted to, you can start all the way up from that B flat if you wanted to. And I'm saying up because, of course, you have to know where you are on the keyboard, right? So if I'm here, let's say I do the B flat, first inversion, right? B flat major, first inversion. Let me see. So I need to find my 7, flat 7. All right. So there we go. I have my A flat. All I'm going to do. Okay. And you can use this even in flat 9 situations. Okay. Because right now, my bass note, when I do this, it's already a part of it. But a lot of times you play different things. When you play a diminished chord, it's kind of more of a flat 9. And I'll show you what that means. So watch this. Yeah, like that literally adds just so much to your playing. And it's such a simple concept. All right. So, all right. You know. Okay. Now. Okay. All right. So just with that alone, you can just take off from there. Like you'll turn heads. People will be like, wait, what was that? All right. Now it's like a classic move, but you definitely want to have this, you know, in your bag. Okay. Now let's just say you were using this more in like a flat 9 case. And when I say flat 9, let's just say we're in the key of C. Okay. Wow. We went to like this third key today. I'm going fast because this is just a quick movement that I think most of you guys can kind of take right away. So let's just say I'm doing a 6, 2, 5, 1, 6, 2, 5, 1. Okay. Over that 6, which is that A, I'm playing the same diminished chord, right? So like I said, you learn these diminished chords, you can go to any key, right? Now, of course, we're going to see how it sounds. I haven't played this in C. I just thought about this on the spot. So let's see what happens. I'm going to do the same thing. So let me see. 6, 2, 5, 1. Watch this. Okay. So I did that because I only had time to do one. You know? So, okay. So 6, 4. Okay, so I actually went up that time, ascending. So, okay. So I think you guys get it. And as far as songs, guys, you can put this anywhere. Like I said, the most recent time, I think it was more contemporary, but if you're doing this in a churchy moment as well, it'll definitely add a lot to that moment. Okay. So I'll just stop